Hello, Maris Automotive Partners. Thanks for joining Jess Parmeter and I to talk about the new Google's Dealer Guidebook 2.5 and the Google stats that help us understand this post-COVID customer. Jess is our senior digital media strategist for Maris Automotive, and I wanted to spend some time with her today to gain her insights to this recent publication. For those who aren't aware, can you give me a bit of a background on why Google created this guidebook and other research on automotive retail topics?
Sure, Mark. So Google's actually been partnering with the automotive industry for some time now. So they know that auto's needs and customers are unique, and they really want to help OEMs and dealers to understand those current digital shopping trends and how to reach that modern customer where they are. So they release a lot of information relevant to the automotive industry, and the 2020 Path to Purchase study and 2.5 guidebook are just some of the most recent information releases in the auto space.
Yeah, this is great. So what were the big highlights for you?
Well, I think it's the topic that everyone is talking about in automotive retail, which is how customer behavior was and is currently even being impacted by COVID-19 and the after effects. So we know that customers in all industries across all age groups did more online shopping, more online research during the pandemic, really out of necessity. But what we're seeing is that those are actually learned behaviors that are going to be continuing well into the future.
You know, this trend had momentum pre-COVID, customers researching and buying online, but with COVID in the pandemic, it got this huge boost.
That's right. So Google's research is showing that now 93% of auto purchasers do their research online. And if we dig into a few of the other stats that the guidebook shared with us, we see that 73% of customers were comfortable negotiating a purchase, lease, financing terms, either completely online or with a mix of online and offline. And 66% are comfortable experiencing the vehicle. So think highlights, features, walk around, again, completely online or with a mix of on and offline. And if we think about it, these were actions that the auto industry has always considered essential to do in person at the dealership. So knowing that these customers are expecting to go much further than just that surface level research online means that every single person at your dealership needs to be ready and trained to deal with customers online, but also that your website is ready and has the content to accommodate this new behavior.
You know, listening to you discuss it, it really highlights how much the shopping experience has changed and continues to change.
Right. So another stat that they shared with us is back in 2005, car shoppers used to visit an average of 5 dealerships before they would make their vehicle purchase. As of 2020, Google's saying that that has dropped from 5 to just 1.5.
You know, my gut reaction to this is a lot of dealers will be overwhelmed. You know, their traditional media plans are going to have to completely change. Their staff isn't trained to handle everything online, so you have a training aspect. Their websites probably weren't originally designed to accommodate all of this.
Right. So dealers really have been dealing with that struggle for a year now, or even longer, since this is a trend that's been developing for some time. But believe it or not, it's actually not something to fear. So if we think about it, handling more of that auto sale journey online does have some increased efficiency and comes with some benefits like better visibility, targeting, reporting, flexibility, and really all those things ultimately lead to a boost in ROI.
You know, these are all great points. So this is our new world. How would you suggest that dealers ensure they're ready for this?
Right. So first of all, I would say to read the Google Dealer Guidebook 2.5. It has some really great information on how Google and Google partners like us can help you to create audiences and target customers with more effective messaging than ever. And really the capabilities that Google has are very broad and far reaching. And if you're not using it to its fullest, you're really missing out on leads.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. And we see this all the time when we evaluate dealers that, you know, they're missing leads. So we've got to get more leads. And obviously the simple math is more leads, more sales.
Yep, that's right. So my second recommendation would be to make sure your website has a frictionless buying experience. So we've talked about how important the website is in the process. It really needs to be a place where your customers can find the information they're looking for as quickly and easily as possible.
We talk about this as if it's the Amazon experience. I always encourage dealers to pretend they're the customer, visit their dealership website from the customer's perspective. See if they can find answers to just simple, specific questions about model, type of car, etc. And I think they might be surprised sometimes at what they find.
Yeah, that's a great tip. It can really help you to see it from a different perspective and better understand customers when you look at it like that, which also leads into my third recommendation, which is to make sure that your staff are trained to handle these more knowledgeable, more demanding customers. So if you've normally depended on your internet sales manager or maybe your BDC manager to train your staff, this might be a time where there's been such a large shift in consumer behavior that you need to look for some outside help. So Merritt's Automotive is one of the many companies out there that can help get your staff trained on how to deal with this new post-pandemic customer to make sure that you're not losing out on your closing rates.
Jess, you make a great point here. If you're not meeting the customers where they are in their journey, where they are now, then I'll guarantee you one of your competitors will find a way to be there for them.
That's exactly right. So any last words of wisdom?
All this research shows that we need to stop focusing on getting customers to walk through our door and start focusing on walking to where the customer is. Joining them in their journey at their own pace and dealing with those questions. Don't reply with, come see us. You need to engage them and deal with them as if they were going to do the shopping experience online.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Jess, again, thanks for joining us today. Thank all of you for joining us. If you have more interest, please download the Google Dealer Guidebook 2.5. Visit the link below. We have a lot of information about Merritt's Automotive, and feel free to visit merrittsautomotive.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.